When a grown man name drops a woman and this is a woman to sell an album when I was the only person in your artist corner when everyone turned their back on them. And I went and sat down in a meeting with Obama, President Obama. Ross was there and texted, this chick is a keeper. She went in a room full of rappers and spoke to Obama, and the first thing out of her mouth was about you. And then you come out on an album when it's time to sell some weak album and try to disrespect Nicki Minaj? What?
Boy toys and his favorite boy toy, and all of them have HIV or other STDs that they cannot get rid of.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh, man.
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
Meek Mill is never beating those STD allegations. This comes after Nicki Minaj put her messy boots on and accused him of being a male 304. Mind you, they dated, and it was toxic as hell. It's been alleged for a while now that Meek is raging with multiple STDs, but the last thing anyone expected was for Nicki Minaj also to jump in and confirm the allegations, especially since they broke up all the way back in 2017. The crazy thing is, she also alleged that he is DL, and people are speculating that is where he caught all of it after messing with a bunch of men. In fact, it turns out that this is the main reason Nicki left him and never looked back.
And that he'll pay somebody $100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
Man, look, you can't take back what your received.
Okay, so as most of y'all probably know by now, Meek has been getting slapped with STD allegations ever since he was allegedly exposed for getting his cheeks clapped by Diddy at those freak-off parties. People had already started connecting the dots about Meek and Diddy right when the stuff with Cassie came out. But things got even worse for him when Lil Rod blatantly accused him and Usher of being Diddy's boyfriend. He said Diddy straight up told him that he blew Meek and Usher's back out. Apparently, Diddy told him all this while trying to convince him to let him drill his cheeks too. And remember what I said earlier about people piecing things together even before Rod's lawsuit? Well, those receipts included this video of Meek Mill cooling off his sore behind in the pool, where Diddy is out here calling him daddy, as well as this song, in which he revealed that he did some things with Diddy that he still regrets to this day.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
I hope they forgive me for what I did with Diddy. Real street forever. I'm the king of Philly.
But this is where things get even messier. In the courtroom, Diddy was accused of passing his partners with STDs. Mind you, Usher was also sued a few years back when he passed around herpes to 3 of his partners. And since Meek has been confirmed to have been Diddy's boy toy, a lot of people went off, accusing him of catching it too. Apparently, he caught it all the way back when he was in a relationship with Nicki, and as soon as she found out, she left him. You see, one of the escorts who has since been confirmed to have had multiple freak-off sessions with Diddy and Cassie, Clayton Howard sued Diddy and Cassie, alleging that they transmitted herpes to him during one of their sessions. Clayton initially tried to keep the court documents sealed because he didn't want the public to know that he was now walking around with what he caught from Diddy, but it was still made public, and that's when people's confirmation about Diddy giving out STDs was confirmed. If Clayton caught something, what stops Meek from also catching something? Especially when Lil Rod had already said out of his own mouth that Diddy told him that he bent Meek over. If 1 + 1 is 2, then what do you call this? Anyway, it didn't stop there. Fast forward a few months, and another guy sued Diddy, and he claims he didn't just catch herpes, he caught HIV along with it. The man who goes by the alias John Doe said he was one of Diddy's former interns at the time of the alleged incident that took place in 2014. One night, Doe claims he was driven to a house in Valverde near LA for a Diddy music shoot, followed by the after-party hosted by Diddy, who he says spoke with him several times. Doe says there was an abundance of snow powder, the trees, and booze, but he says he stuck with alcohol and did not consume any of the substances on offer. He says after consuming 2 to 3 beverages, he began to feel off, but he says he thought the wooziness was from not eating much food that day. Doe claims he was led into a room as he started to black out and says his next memory was of being touched from the back door by an unknown person before he passed out. After Doe regained his senses, he later went to a clinic to get tested, but the results came back negative. He claims he was retested months later and learned he was infected with HIV, which did not show up on the initial tests. I'm sorry that this wickedness happened to this man, but are we really surprised? Diddy was running through hundreds of men with no protection, just Johnson & Johnson and his snow powder. He was bound to catch something. And according to Nicki Minaj, he allegedly passed it to Meek. Now, in typical Meek fashion, he began crashing out on Twitter and denying everything, but that didn't stop Nicki from still spilling his tea. I would trash any celebrity if they tried a wild move on me. No pics, literally go crazy on them, that's all. I'm from Philly, man. All my guys always watch me around this wild industry. Every black blog site enhanced that post to make me seem gay. I change laws for our people. I donate millions. They are designed to destroy the image of black leaders. It can't work with me though. You gotta really kill me, and I still will get bigger after death. This God, not me, LOL. He also added, I'm from Philly. I don't do coke or freaky ASS Molly. Nobody won't even offer me coke because I'm that heavy. No man or Watt would ever approach me about gay activity, and the whole place doesn't get flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know I'm coming, LOL.
And then Milk running the around, talking about expensive pain
Now,
in his eyes.
wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jack.
Meek.
Wait a minute.
He's a fucking Fruit Loop. He Diddy-fied.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried period. He Diddy-fied. He Diddy-fried. He the Diddy do our bop. Fuck Meek. Real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh, man.
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Oh, somebody that got paid?
At the time, some people thought Jaguar was just making things up, but they did a little digging and found receipts of Nicki exposing DL Man all the way back to when she actually left Meek. Why would she suddenly start talking about DL right after leaving Meek if she didn't know something about him? It got so bad that when people were dragging her for leaving Meek for her shady husband, Kenneth Petty, her entire defense for marrying Kenneth was that, unlike the other men she's dated in the industry, he wasn't DL. This was obviously a direct shot at Meek, and people peeped it quick.
And a lot of, I ain't gonna say no names, but a lot of these people that y'all want me to be with, be fake on the low gay, be mentally and physically and verbally, be having eating disorders.
And not too long after this, she brought up the DL stuff again while she was on Instagram Live with Soulja Boy. It was almost as if she was waiting for him to mention a specific name, and most people believe that name was Meek.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no. We don't know about that.
Okay. Because I do.
You said what?
Oh, I said I do.
Now, I can't say for a fact that Meek Mill is really burned with these things, but if what Nicki is saying is true, then he must really be the king of STDs in Hollywood. That will also explain why she left him and moved on to a man who wasn't in the industry. Most of these industry men have been proven to be DL, and the pattern is way too evident to ignore. Anyway, people had their thoughts like this person who said, Meek oozing in the pool. He needs to go to the ER. That's evil stuff. Another person said, pretty sure his cheeks were drilled, and Diddy used all 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Meek allegedly getting his cheeks drilled by Diddy? And do you really think he caught STDs from him, as Nicki said? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.